Diatoms are a type of algae which are amazingly successful. They represent 40% of the primary production in the ocean, so they are incredibly important for food chains. And the frustule, the outer casing, which incorporates silica, is amazingly efficient. They do have a problem, however. This frustule is rigid, which is a challenge for cellular division. When diatoms divide asexually, the two halves of the frustule separate, the epitheca, which is the larger half, and the hypotheca, which is the smaller half. The diploid cytoplasm undergoes mitosis to produce two diploid daughter cells, and then each of the two inherits one of those halves. One diploid cell inherits the larger epitheca and then will develop a second hypotheca, while the second cell uh, inherits the hypotheca. It is smaller, but this then becomes the epitheca of that second cell, and it then develops a smaller still hypotheca to match it. Thus, there are two daughter cells, one which has the original size, but one which is smaller. When the smaller of the two cells divides through mitosis asexually once again, it separates its epitheca and hypotheca. The cell that inherits this epitheca will develop a slightly smaller hypotheca, but the cell that inherits the hypotheca then will convert this into the larger of the two sections, the epitheca, and develop a hypotheca which is smaller still. So it is smaller than its parent cell. Once again, when this smaller cell divides asexually through mitosis, one of the two halves, the one which inherits the hypotheca, will then convert that to an epitheca and develop an even smaller hypotheca. So some of these diatoms are becoming smaller with each cell division. Once it goes under half the original size, maybe even 30% the original size, it becomes too small to divide through asexual mitosis any further, and now it must undergo sexual reproduction to regain its normal size. When a cell must undergo sexual reproduction because its size is too small, the cytoplasm will undergo meiosis to produce haploid cells. In some species, the sperm are flagellated and smaller than the ova, while in other species, the male and female gametes are similar in size. They are called isogametes and may move in an amoeboid fashion. There are variations in the number of gametes which are produced after meiosis and how many zygotes are produced, given that they could also undergo mitosis. When the haploid gametes fuse to form a new diploid zygote, it absorbs water to enlarge, becoming a stage known as an auxospore. This auxospore then returns to the original size, the maximum size, and will then develop a new epitheca and hypotheca, and the process can begin again.